Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about how I'm able to get through over 50 books per year and the top 5 things that I do in order to help me with my reading. And I'm really excited because today's sponsor is Audible, and Audible is one of my favorite ways to actually get in more reading. I have been using Audible since 2020 when the pandemic first hit. I was looking for a way to intake more books, to learn more things, but with my kids being home and me trying to get to a new normal, it was very challenging to get in this reading the way I wanted to. And then when I found Audible, it really made the process of reading so much easier. So Audible is an app that I will download on my phone. You can also have it on multiple devices. I have it on my iPad and I will also listen to it on my computer. But they have so many books to choose from budgeting to productivity to organization to even romance and fiction books. I have listened to it all on the Audible app, and I've even listened to some podcasts here and there on the app as well. I love having this app on all of my devices because I am able to pick up right where I am across devices, which is amazing because I don't lose my spot. I am able to listen to it on my iPad and then switch over to my phone and still pick up directly where I left off. So you should definitely check out Audible. It is my #1 tip of how I am able to intake and read so many books. I just finished reading The 12-Week Year. This is my second time listening to this book, and it is definitely one of my favorites. It has transformed the way that I have viewed goals and routines and daily routines and the way that I set goals. So you can check out this book or any book on Audible by going to my link, audible.com/organizedmoney. I will definitely leave it in the description box so you can click on it and try it out. So that is my #1 tip, is to listen to your books as much as possible, especially if you are a busy person. As you all know, I am a pastor, I'm a wife, I'm a mom. I also run an Etsy shop full time. I'm a financial coach, so I have clients, and all of the different things that I have to do on a daily basis can be a lot. So having some me time or some time that I can schedule aside to sit down and read a book can be challenging, but being able to listen to them while I am multitasking is super, super helpful. Over the past 3 years, I have listened to over 125 books, so this is definitely my top way to intake information and to get my reading in. My second tip is to keep a reading tracker. So one of the things that I really love to do is to track how much I am reading. This helps me to know how well I'm doing, how much I am intaking information, and helps me to remember the books that I have actually read. So I keep a reading tracker in my planner, but when I go to my Audible app, I can also check under my Finished tab, and I am able to see all of the books that I have read within this app. So I can pick out one of the titles. I will usually print out the cover, and then I will add it into my reading tracker and then add in the date that I finished the book. I love being able to look at it within the app, but I also really do love being able to see it in my planner and see all of the books that I read for the year. Having a tracker within your planner and adding the date that you finished a book helps you to see how long it's been since you've actually done some reading. And it also helps you to know how long it takes you to get through an Audible book. So definitely try a reading tracker. This is a great way to stay on top of how many books you have read throughout the year. My third tip is to establish a reading routine. So many of us have decided that we want to read more, but we haven't decided when we want to do our reading. So like I said, I like to listen to my books, but I usually am multitasking when I am listening to my books. So I have 3 established times when I know I'm going to be listening to an Audible book. The first time is during my morning routine. Usually when I am cleaning and walking around in the morning, this is the time when I am tidying up and getting the kids ready for school. During that time, I am going to be listening to my current Audible book. Like I said, I just finished The 12-Week Year, so my next book is The Psychology of Money, and I have currently already downloaded that book within my Audible app, and during my morning routine, I am listening to the book while I am doing my dishes or cooking the kids' breakfast. The second time within my reading routine is in my car. Whenever I am traveling, I will take time out to listen to a book instead of listening to music. I find that this time is a great time, especially if I'm in the car by myself. This is a great time for me to take some time out for myself and listen and learn something while I am on the road. It also helps me not to be in a rush wherever wherever I'm trying to go, because usually when I am listening to a book, it kind of puts me in this calm state because I am intaking information and I am really enjoying the moment. And the third time frame within my reading routine is in my evening routine. So in the evening when I'm cooking, possibly doing laundry or preparing for the next day, this is another opportunity for me to get in a good 20-30 minutes of listening to an audiobook. So I will plug in my headphones and be able to listen to an audiobook while I am cooking. And having these established times, having the time frame where I know I am going to do it within my morning routine, while I'm in the car, or in my evening routine, or possibly all 3 times throughout the day, definitely helps me to get more reading in. Yes, I have set the goal that I want to read more books, but I also have set a time frame throughout my day where I'm going to be able to get more reading done that day. So having a goal of how many books you want to read and having times throughout your day that you're actually going to do that reading definitely will help you to achieve your goal. My 4th tip is to read different genres. So back when I first started listening to books, I would only listen to money books. And while I was learning a lot in my field and I was learning a lot about budgeting, I also got really bored with reading because I was only reading one type of book. And many times it was hard to jump from one money book to the next money book to the next money book. It wasn't until I decided to switch up the types of books that I was reading that I really started to expand and read way more. So now I will read money books, but I will also read productivity books, habit books, organization books, and even fiction. And usually once I finish one type of book, I will switch over and do another type as my very next book. Like for instance, I currently just finished reading the 12-week year, which that one was more based on goal setting and productivity. And now I am currently reading The Psychology of Money because it is a different style and different type of book. And before those 2 books, I read The Measure, which is a fiction book and was completely different from all of the others. But my point is to have different styles, have different types. This will definitely help you to keep up the habit of reading. And my 5th tip is to have a TBR list. You want to have a TBR list, a to be read list. And this is because when you finish a book, you want to have a list or something that you can refer to that will help you to select your next book, help you to get excited about what's coming up next. Before I had a TBR list, I would just finish reading a book and then I would feel kind of stuck for a couple of weeks because I didn't know what I wanted to do next. I didn't know what style of book I wanted to read. I didn't know what type. I know I didn't want to read what I just finished reading, but I didn't have a list or anything to kind of look at that will help me decide what was coming up next. So this would cause me to have long pauses between what I have just read and my next book. But now that I have a list, I am super excited about the very next book that I am going to read. And I am constantly looking for ways to get more reading in so that I can continue to go down my TBR list. Now, these are my top 5 ways to help me to get more reading in. I have definitely read over 50 books for the past 3 years. And these are the things that definitely have helped me do that. Put in the comments below, let me know. Are there any additional things that you have put into place that have helped you to read more? And also let me know if you're going to try out Audible. Please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. I want to know how you're enjoying it and if you love it as much as I do. Like I said, I have been using this app for a couple of years and it is definitely one of my favorites. So I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye guys.